Malawi has seen a new hope in maize production after scientists revealed that the first BT maize confined fields trials that have been going on is showing promise, despite being only at the first stage of the research. According to the lead scientist in the project being undertaken at Lilongwe University of Agriculture and Natural Resources, LUANAR, Dr. Abel Sefasi, they began the research of BT maize variety at Bunda College, which is the main campus of the university, on 26th of December 2023, considering all government regulations, but up to now, the crops under confined trials are encouraging.
And the purpose of a confined field trial, according to the regulations of Malawi, is to look at this crop in a protected area where even the pollen, even the seed, any part of the plant does not reach the outside world. We are looking at maize that was produced using biotechnology, and our aim here is to test if this maize can really do what we think it should do, especially resisting our notorious insect, the armyworm. We are impressed with what has happened with these trials. I have to be honest myself, even though I'm a leader of this team, we started this week not very sure because of the feelings that people have in biotechnology, and I insisted to my team that please, let's stick to the regulations, and that's what we have done.
Sefasi confidently mentioned several advantages of this variety, including its capacity to tolerate fall armyworm that has been a threat to conventional varieties, ability to give large cobs, which are a clear indication of high yield, tolerance to climate change and fluctuating rain patterns, among other advantages. These sentiments were echoed by Chifuniro Kalawangoma, the technician at the confined field trial site, who added that the BT maize in the trial field is encouraging, which is an indication of hope to Malawians.
Now the science. We have seen that this crop has actually shown that it can fight the armyworm. And this is good news for Malawi. It's very promising. Of course, we can see here that the cobs are big enough. The cobs are big enough. And as we know that it wasn't a good season, these cobs are already promising that apart from this maize fighting the armyworm, you can see that the yield is also promising that it is likely it is going to be high.
So basically the whole emphasis of the trial is to look at how can the maize lines be can resist the attack of armyworm, and indeed the efficacy of the trait which we are testing now, which is looking promising. Basically, as you can see, the maize looking healthy despite all the changes in terms of weather events over this season, but still the maize are still performing well despite even the infestation of the armyworm.
During his comparison between the conventional variety and the one with BT genes, Sefasi said that the BT one was confirmed to be capable of withstanding attack by all insects that tried to attack them.
All the farmers who have come here, we would allow them to walk in and see for themselves. The variety which did not have the gene or the power to fight armyworm was devastated, was eaten by the insect. And this happened this year because there was drought. So you can see the connection between climate change and the insect. Because there was a lot of drought, there was a lot of insects that came, and it hit this maize which didn't have the gene so hard. Good news, the variety that we had put the gene, that has the gene to fight the insect, was clean. Insect would start slowly to eat it, they would fall away and die.
The researcher also gives an assurance of maximum safety for BT maize to customers, both human beings and animals.
We also have to say that this maize is safe. It has been tested for food and feed before we came here. So before we start the CFT, it is already tested in reliable laboratories authorized by reliable organizations, including FAO, to test whether it's safe for food and feed for humans and livestock. So that was done.
However, the researchers will still have to do more confined field trials before moving to multi-locational trials, likely to happen in 2026, before seeking approval from the National Biosafety Authority.